running on a flat tire, maybe they will give another attempt at the right tire. But right now, he's stuck in hospital traffic in the middle of this medical plaza in the heart of UCLA. Here come more officers running towards the exit of that turnaround, and there's the spike strip. There's the spike strip. We'll see. They're going to pull it back. They're going to pull it back. He may or may not already see it, but they're going to try and sneak up on him and try this one more time. This would be, I think, the third spike attempt. We know we've got one successful, and if with any luck, maybe they can aim for that that right side.
Right, but such a recipe for danger. I mean, with all of these people in their cars, at any time he can get out. We've heard reports that he might be armed. He is a serial rapist, you know, a suspected serial rapist. This man is obviously trying to avoid and flee from police. We don't know what he's capable of.
Look at him. He's trying to evade it. He's trying to evade it. Maybe an attempt at the rear there. He was able to get around that. So they threw the spike strip down. It fell just short of the vehicle. And now, instead of coming out, I think he's going to end up going around again. We may make our way around this turnabout again. And I think we're still on hospital property. He's going to stay on the property he has. He's gone all the way around. And he's circling the driveway here. This is bizarre, guys.
And there's underground
parking. It's an unbelievable situation.
Too.
Yeah, there's underground parking too. You're right.
You just have to wonder at these moments what is going through this individual's head, and we have no way of knowing, obviously. But to go back into that hospital roundabout seems maybe unlikely, like an unlikely plan. And then we have people outside that are obviously watching this pursuit, videotaping.
Here it comes. Yeah, I mean, now you have, again, we're in the heart of Westwood here, near UCLA, right at the hospital. There are tons of people who are well aware of this pursuit. The lights and sirens are blaring. They're getting citizen alerts. They're probably streaming it on ABC7 right now, and you can see this has turned into a real game of cat and mouse as they try and figure out how to bring this to a peaceful resolution without exposing anybody to danger. You think of all of the opportunities that we may have seen earlier where there was not as much collateral in the way. Now you see all kinds of risks if they decide to use force for any reason. If they're put in a position where he threatens these officers, they just have so few options at their disposal with so many innocent people walking around, driving around in a hospital setting like this. It is a nightmare scenario. So just when you thought this was a slow speed, boring pursuit, this has turned into a really nerve-wracking situation. And just like that, things have taken on an entirely different turn with now two separate spike attempts. At least one was successful. He's driving on a left flat tire, and now we're going to see another spike attempt as they cover the entire lane. He's almost got nowhere to go. If he's going to get out of this predicament, he's going to end up probably driving over that spike strip.
Yeah. And
in that case, if he does, I just want to say here, this time, if he is blocked in, look at him opening the door. Opening the door. Driver's side door has just popped open. And let's see, just widen out just a smidge here. We want to see those officers. They've got their guns out, trained on the suspect. Is he showing hands?
You
saw at least his left hand. He's showing hands. I think at least his left hand. He is attempting to exit the vehicle with his arms and hands now clearly visible. The suspect deciding time is up after an hour-plus pursuit. He has opened the door and is now exiting the vehicle, albeit very slowly, following the commands of those LAPD officers. Again, probably the best case scenario here, considering all of the other ways this could have been terminated. We now see him finally giving up peacefully, about to surrender to these LAPD officers. But man, what a dramatic end indeed, as he really has come to a stop in a precarious place with so many pedestrians around here. It does look like he's coming out empty-handed, even though they are operating under the assumption that he is armed and dangerous. Again, he is wanted for robbery. He is a serial rape suspect out of Boston, we believe, and it does look like they're going to take this suspect into custody any minute here. He looks like he
Chris,
is
it looks like
moving,
he is injured.
moving a little slow here. He's having a little trouble balancing or walking.
Looks like he can't.
Don't know if he's, you know, don't know if he's
He has some physical challenges.
injured in any way, or if he's maybe a little, who knows, maybe inebriated in some way. We don't know.
These are all, even though this is kind of the end to the pursuit and we see him out of the vehicle now, when we're watching these things, these seem to always be the most tense moments where anything could kind of happen or go wrong. So it's great that he's finally come to a stop and is out of the vehicle and the officers seem to be in control. But these moments always give me kind of the most anxiety.
Because you're exactly right, Michelle. This is one of the most dangerous, aside from all of the other, you know, inherent dangers of a pursuit. It's the end, the unpredictability of what his next move is going to be. Now, all indications are here. He does not appear to pose a threat, but looks could be deceiving, and they can't make any assumptions. And in an area where there is so much other, activity here, they have cleared the area. And they now basically, it appears to me, they've been able to get other people out of the way. There were a lot of pedestrians on that curb a short time ago, and now everybody has backed away. They're going to clear the vehicle, even though he's having trouble. This is very unusual. Never seen this, where they clear the vehicle, and he is still out of the vehicle walking towards those officers, but he is not well, and they are going to approach him nice and gently here and place him under arrest, likely place him in an ambulance in short order, but it does look like he does not have all of his faculties, but thankfully he is now in police custody. Ding dong, this has come to a peaceful end.
Absolutely, Chris. We've been watching this again since 4 o'clock, and it was you can say it was a slow speed pursuit, but it sure did ramp up at the end with these very tense moments. You know, he is a suspected serial rapist. We don't have too much information, but authorities did believe he was armed. It's unclear why he seems to be so physically challenged and unable. He had such a hard time exiting that vehicle. So there's so much more information we just don't have about this. But again, we can all breathe a sigh of relief that no one on the road was hurt, no innocent bystanders were affected or injured.
Yeah, I mean, what we do know is that he certainly now has a trip to jail, and these charges that he's facing that he was initially kind of pulled over for, now he can face justice for that. I mean, I don't know if the assumption is that he came from the other side of the country to try to avoid whatever, you know, charges were following him, but officers now have him in custody, which is the beginning of, you know, some type of justice for these rape victims of his, serial rapists. You know, those serious charges certainly, and robbery also out of Boston, based off what we know so far about this individual here.
Right. And he certainly, without a doubt, was evading police, fleeing the patrol officers that were tailing him, because he saw those spike strips and he was avoiding them. He knew that they were after him. So there's more information about this that hopefully we'll be able to get.
Yeah,
later.
if you've done some of those things or suspected of doing those things, and you see flashing lights behind you for anything, you know, running a stop sign or anything, you're certainly going to have, I would assume, your heart drop, because you know that you have some other things that you're responsible for that you don't want to have to speak with authorities about. So we can only imagine that maybe that's what was going through his mind as he was originally pulled over for this, or attempted to be pulled over this afternoon around 4 o'clock.
All right, yes, but no one hurt on the campus of UCLA and anywhere else. So.
Okay, all right.
We can move on with other news right now.